Good evening, humans. TyrannosaurusMoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the AEW Supreme Walmart exclusive CM Punk figure from Jazwares. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, this figure looks absolutely fantastic, and if you saw my review of CM Punk's first AEW figure, I really like that one. I thought they did a great job. Here, I think they kind of just upped everything. Starting with the likeness, the features are definitely a little soft. That's just kind of the style that Jazwares has for this line. But I definitely think it reads more definitively as CM Punk, and I'm really a fan of that. And there's more head sculpts we'll talk about in the next section. But beyond that, again, we get the tampos with the tattoos. Everything's very well done here, very clean. And, interesting that we get the Cobra logo pretty close to accurate. And then, the kind of legally distinct Pepsi logo on the left arm. So that's, always entertaining to see, I think. But, just overall, it's a great choice. I think they, especially with adding the butterfly joints, they still kind of kept the torso nice and proportionate. And, it's really cool looking. I like that they did sculpt the wraps here on the arms. And of course we get full details on the hands as well. So we get the X's and the drug-free tattoos on the knuckles. So that's excellent. Then this default ring gear, we do get the gold and black, and fantastic choice of gold here. Nice and shiny. It's not overly bright. It just looks like it would actually looks on the materials that his ring gear was made out of. So I'm definitely a big fan of that. And just overall a really great looking figure. They went crazy with the accessories here, so let's not waste any time and jump right in. So we do get a pair of fists. We get a pair of gripping hands. We get a pair of I love you hands. We get a pair of chopping / go to sleep hands. That'll do it for that. Then we get 4 different head sculpts. So we get the one we looked at before. Like I said, I actually do really like this one with the messy hair. I thought they did a great job with the sculpt, especially here at the top. So just really cool there. Just probably my favorite of the bunch, honestly. So I'm glad that was the default. Then we do get a just stoic kind of neutral head. I believe this is the one that we saw on, actually we've already seen this on at least one CM Punk figure, maybe 2. Then, pardon me, we get a snarling face. Again, great sculpt going on here. And finally, we get a yelling face, also with messy hair. So just really well done all around, great details. Then we move on to apparel. So we do get the Best in the World shirt. This is a sleeveless tee, has the Velcro on the back to get it on the figure. And then we also get a hoodie. I absolutely love the way that Jazwares does their hoodies here. They fit the figures perfectly. We can see we got the logo there on the front with the hands, and then see it again on the back with the Best in the World. So yeah, fits the figure perfectly. It's got a little bit of Velcro on the front. I love that they stitched the pockets here, and the seams are done really nicely. The hood fits over the head. Just probably my favorite 112 hoodies, 110 hoodies. Then we get a completely different set of legs. I love that the Supreme editions do the Supreme collection does this. This isn't my favorite gear of his, but it's really cool that you have the options. Obviously it's the camo gear with the stars, and then just kind of the plain black boots and kick pads. So awesome to have that. Then we get a AEW mic, which we've seen with a number of figures. Very clean tampo work there. And then finally we get the AEW World title, which is going to reflect like crazy off my lights. But as always, great details, very, very clean. I like the shade of silver they used for the A and the W to kind of make that stick out. So that will do it for accessories. Articulation balance here are beautiful, and as you can see, we are holding our freestanding kick. I barely pose this. I just kind of put it into a kick pose, put it down, and balanced pretty much perfectly. So I'm a huge fan of that. Breaking down the finer points, we are at a ball hinge for the head, so we can look all the way up and look all the way down. Not so much on the tilt, but we do get full rotation. We do have our butterfly joints, which are pretty forgiving and pretty good range going on there. Then we get to the arms and the shoulders, and we come up into just about a Y pose. We do get bicep swivel double jointed elbows, which bring us to there. We do have hinge and swivel at the wrist. We get double ball joints, so we get a ball joint at the diaphragm, we get a ball joint at the waist, and that will give us really nice crunch and a really nice arch back, and a little bit of side to side, not a ton. The Jazwares figures tend to be hit or miss, depends on the exact sculpt. But that brings us down to the hips. They're coming out and not quite perfect splits, but still, again, enough to get a freestanding kick, so I'm happy. Our front kick is pretty much perfect, straight up 90. We do get thigh swivel, double jointed knees, which are going to be hindered by these pads. We do have boot cut. There we go. I hadn't even freed that up yet. Then we get some very, very nice point. We do get a toe joint as well. And our forward is very nice, very natural, and some really, really good rocker. So that will do it for articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here he is with some other AEW figures, with some other wrestling lines, with some Hasbro and some Mattel, with some imports, with some monsters. Finally, with articulated icons, Oni and yours truly in human form as a Valorous Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the Supreme Walmart exclusive CM Punk from Jazwares is that this is a completely kick-ass figure. I mean, they absolutely brought it in terms of the aesthetics, the accessories, and the articulation here. So if you're a fan of Punk at all, like, absolutely owe it to yourself to pick this one up. And that might be more difficult than you want it to be, unfortunately, because this has been a weird one. We didn't even know if it was going to be coming out here in the States. It showed up overseas first. Nick Storm reviews in Australia was the first time I saw someone have one of these in hand. So that kind of gave a glimmer of hope, but then, Walmart being what it is kind of like looking at that pre-order every day. And they did show up en masse on shelves, and I think they might still be, possibly not, depends on where you are. I know I had to cancel my pre-order and then reorder when the landing page went back up, and I lucked out and I was able to get it. It was not a Kenny Omega or a Rhodes, so yeah. I wish you the best of luck in locating one, and if there is a landing page, I will definitely be putting it in the description below. So I wish you the best of luck, and that being said, I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining. If you did, I hope to see you back here, because I do multiple reviews a week of action figures related to tokusatsu, dinosaurs, monsters, pro wrestling, and more. So if any of that appeals to you, if multiple things that appeal to you, come on back, let's talk some more toys and let's have some fun. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I just hope that you're well. I hope that all of your toy dreams come true. And most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.